Hey guys, welcome back to EAK TV. I'm delighted to have James Song with us, the head of marketing at FLETA. Welcome to the show.
All right, hello guys. This is James Song, the head of marketing strategy at FLETA. So, FLETA is a mainnet platform from Korea, and we had 5 tech innovations to enhance the mainnet performance. So we are presenting about 15K TPS right now, but we also interoperate with ERC20. So the D apps that are based in Ethereum can also build on FLETA using service chain. So yeah, here you go.
That's awesome, man. You went straight in at the TPS and your technical capabilities. I'm loving the passion there. But firstly, before we go into that, like, what brings FLETA to Malta? I know, obviously, we saw each other in Korea like was that even this week maybe? And obviously you guys are a Korean project and it's Korea Blockchain Week, so I was kind of surprised to see you guys here, seeing as that's your home market. So what brings you to Malta enough to miss Define?
Yeah, it was a pity that we missed Define, but we actually started it off as based in Malta. We started the official marketing last July, and we were based in Malta, so we attended almost every event in Malta, and we were invited again this year as a official Asian partner in Korea. So it's always good to bring what we have done in Korea to bring that in Western Europe and see how it's like. The market is really different, right? So compared to Europe and Asia. So it's good to see what's happening here. It's good to bring what we have and share what we think. So.
I mean, as a European man, I find it very interesting, really, what's going on in Asia. I think we find it quite fascinating, and you probably find it quite fascinating what's going on in the West. So you mentioned there's quite a few differences between the Europe and Asian kind of crypto markets, especially Korea. Can you tell us a little bit more about what the hell's going on over there?
Korea is happening a lot, right? So there are a lot of traders in Korea, a lot of projects, but the thing is the South Korean government is promoting the blockchain technology itself and kind of banning the cryptocurrency. So most of the projects that started from the Korea started moving out to Singapore or Malta, Liechtenstein. So yeah, it's just sad seeing Korean projects just moving out of Korea. Even though there are a lot of Korean traders trade on Binance or BitMax. So I think it's interesting. I think in terms of the adopting technology in Western Europe or Europe side, it's more advanced. Asians are more conservative in that matter. But in terms of trading, I think Asians are more into it, right? So yeah, that's the interesting part, yeah.
Okay, cool, yeah. So FLETA, obviously being a Korean-based project, how are you seeing the kind of adoption there? Do you see Korean developers and Korean projects actually want to build on your platform because you're Korean, or do you think they're just agnostic, to your blockchain platform?
I mean, we try to make it easy for any D apps to build on FLETA, even though they're from Europe or India or wherever. But current D apps that we have are from Korean projects. They are a AI prediction, predicting the chart using Binance API. So that's one of the use cases that we are developing. And also we are collaborating with South Korean government, as we mentioned in Korea. We are putting this clinical trial data that's been used in St. Mary Hospital in Seoul, and we're going to put that on chain using our technology so that the data can be secure and it's non-changeable, so that it's more safety, I guess. So it's gonna finish, the project's gonna be finished in November with the government, and then the testbed, the actual application will be used in St. Mary Hospital starting in November. So.
Guys, that's huge news there. You're working with the South Korean government. They've actually let you guys in to work on a blockchain solution for clinical studies. Congratulations, that's a wonderful achievement. And hopefully that'll open more doors for you guys within the government's realm, right? That's just the start, I'm sure. So yeah, awesome. So how many people are using that clinical study? Is this very much like a kind of, how do I say, like a trial project, and then once that kind of gets approved, we'll see that escalate from there, or?
So right now it's in test bed mode. So we are just putting the actual data from St. Mary Hospital, like high blood pressure and those popular disease that a lot of people are suffering, and then we're gonna put that as a module. So we're gonna make that to be able for the hospitals to adopt the module, put all the trial data into blockchain. So I think it's going to be the kickstart of the actual use case that we are using. We think as a platform, the blockchain use case is the most important thing. and the kicking off as a real use case and collaborating with government is always awesome. So yeah.
Yeah, I was just laughing then because I was thinking of like a clinical study, like when like checking the blood pressure and everything and your heartbeat, like when because the price is going down so much, yeah, that would be pretty funny, especially the Korean traders and everything. I thought that could be a good one. But anyway, moving back to kind of your obviously your blockchain, obviously you have impressive transaction speeds. How are you achieving 15,000 TPS? Obviously, like we know Ethereum and all the other huge platforms have massive problems with TPS, and if you guys have solved it, like how have you managed to do that?
Alright, so one of the main technologies that we were able to achieve 15,000 and aiming for 20 is that we reduced the block size itself. So like we reduced the size of block down by 43%, and also we reduced the size of the level tree, which is the validation process of the current platforms. So opposed to from the Mocha tree validation, we made a level tree validation, which is 1/10 the size of it. So the speed went up like by 5 times. So through those all technology, combining that together, and also the observer node confirming the node in real time, our block time is right now is less than a second. TPS is 15,000 TPS. But we also understand the ecosystem that Ethereum is having right now. Exchanges are dominated with ERS-20 dApps, and it's really a burden for dApps to switch the mainnet, and they have to start building again. They have to do marketing again. So we are allowing the doors for dApps through gateway network. They can still stay on the ERS-20, but they can use FLETA service chain, which is faster and cheaper. So we are just opening the door for the dApps. Yeah.
I think it's quite interesting because those kind of legacy blockchains that we're seeing right now, like the big ones, Ethereum, Tron, EOS, etc. I feel like there's kind of obviously there's loads of dApps on those platforms, but I feel like they're getting a bit like this isn't working for us. And I feel like there's an opening for FLETA, not just FLETA, other blockchains, Tomo Chain, a number of them, to kind of take that market. I think in order for you guys to do that, of course, you guys need to offer huge support, whether that's developer, financial, whatever that might be. So let's say I'm a project and I've been building on one of those platforms that I mentioned, and I'm talking to FLETA. Why should I port over or move my whole project onto the FLETA chain?
So if you're a already built dApp, right? So it's not gonna take massive work for you to switch to FLETA. But in terms of like the support that we can provide is all the technical support with the development team that we have. But of course we can't, we are not as well known as either Tron or Neo or Ethereum. So the marketing side, we'll do whatever we can do the best, but it's not going to be something like Justin Sun posting on the tweet, right? So yes, but we're managing to it, and since we are from Korea, we do have the massive the media connection with the major medias, so we can help the projects to advance in Korean market, and we're trying to put what we have from Korea to bring that to other outside of Korea, like Korean government project. So yeah, we are willing to support any dApps because we think that they are like Ethereum, not to mention, but like Ethereum is lacking at the service part, so if the apps really want to give the service to users, and if they are dealing with a speed issue or the gas fee issue, then I think FLETA is the right choice for them. So.
Awesome. Okay. So as head of marketing at FLETA, what are your biggest challenges that you're facing right now in your role, and how are you planning to overcome those?
So biggest challenge is letting people know about FLETA. We have 15,000 TPS, which is one of the fastest among those platforms. But it's hard to know or hard to let people know what we have if we don't really have the use case, right? So even though we could do the massive marketing, we are presenting 15,000 and so on, they're not gonna say, oh, this is amazing. So what we can do with FLETA. So if we actually bring what has been done with FLETA, for example, like the clinical trial data or a couple of the apps that have been running with no problems, then that could be more easy for actual users to feel how good technology we have. And as a head of marketing, it's hard to see the outcome of the marketing, right? So like you go places, you do marketing, it's hard to see the results right away, right? But it comes after a couple months, you are building like the wall, and then like you'll see the castle in the end. So I'm just building the wall right now, trying to bring what we have from Korea to impact the world. So.
Yeah, no, And I think it's really tough, to kind of convince people to actually build. So isn't it? Can't your developers like create their own kind of DApps that really show the power of the FLETA platform? It's a bit like a lost leader, right? You won't lose money there, but then if you're ultimately giving it away and people are actually using it, then from there, obviously, you got a use case, and from there you can jump off. You guys thought about that at all, or?
So yeah, instead of we are also hosting DApps, but we are also developing our own DApp, as you mentioned. So we have recruited a CTO, which is a senior game developer who used to work at Nexon, which is the largest gaming industry in Korea, and we are developing blockchain game. And I think there hasn't been a killing DApp. Most of the leading DApps in terms of game is mostly gambling games right now. I think one of the reasons is that the projects focused more on putting the game into blockchain rather to make game fun at first. So like we are trying to make the game fun to allow users to play our games, but it's based on FLETA, right? So it's fast, it has no problem. So we are currently building 2 games. One of them will be the casino game, which everyone loves, and the other one is a player versus player game, adopting an auto chess model. We are negotiating with this large industry regarding the copyrights. So after that's been done, I think we'll be able to expose what we have, and that's probably coming up in Q4 this year or early Q1 next year. So yeah, we are playing 2D apps, developing 2D apps, and hosting some more D apps. So
awesome, man. Well, whenever that player versus player game is ready, please ping me, and I'll challenge you to a game. We'll see what we can do. All right. Thanks so much for joining us. Is there any message you want to send to your community just while you're here?
All right, so we're trying our best what we can do from Korea, and then I'm trying to go places like in Malta or Singapore, places that if I can attend to spread the word of FLETA. So please keep an eye on FLETA, and please keep an eye on Ryan Gosling right here. So all right, thank you guys.
All right, James, thanks so much for joining us. Guys, that's EAK TV. Subscribe below, like, comment, and we'll see you again next time.